At exactly 2:11 this morning, everything changed. One of the most dangerous storms in Philippine history locked onto the country, only days after the last disaster. And now, Super Typhoon Fun Wong is exploding in strength. Winds over 215 kilometers per hour, a storm wall wider than 300 kilometers, and more than 100,000 people are desperately trying to reach shelter. But the danger doesn't end there, because in the middle of all this chaos, tsunami sirens began to sound. Rumors spread, panic erupted, and almost no one understands what's actually fueling this crisis. Tonight, we uncover the truth. Who is most at risk? What is really happening beneath the storm? And why scientists are more worried right now than they were yesterday. Stay with me. This is the most urgent storm update of the year. Part 1. A monster storm tightens its grip. Fun Wong is tearing across the eastern Philippines with winds strong enough to rip roofs off concrete houses. Gusts at the core, even higher. The storm's wind field now spreads 300 kilometers wide, wider than the distance from Manila to Legazpi. That means millions of people exposed to deadly flying debris, widespread roof failures, power lines falling, boats capsizing even far from the center. Rainfall is already hitting extreme levels. Over 200 millimeters dropped in parts of Bohol and eastern Visayas in just 12 hours. And forecasters warn the next 24 to 48 hours could bring another 200 to 400 millimeters. That's enough water to trigger landslides, flash floods, and river overflows at the same time. Now here's the detail that stunned forecasters. Fun Wong's pressure dropped below 920 hectopascals. That means one thing. The storm is tightening, strengthening, consolidating. Exactly what meteorologists feared. And repairs from the last typhoon? Unfinished, exposed, vulnerable. Electric posts still leaning, roofs only half-nailed, drainage systems blocked by mud. The Philippines is facing a dangerous storm, while still recovering from the last one. Part 2. Evacuations. The race against time. Across Catanduanes, Albay, Sorsogon, Samar, and Leyte, more than 100,000 people have already evacuated. In many barangays, classrooms have become emergency shelters. Mothers hold onto plastic tubs with clothes and documents, and officials say every hour we lose means more people stranded. Roads flood. Bridges are already becoming impassable. Water supply lines are at risk of collapsing if pumps lose power. This is the moment where every family has to make a choice: stay and risk the worst, or flee while roads are still open. Fun Wong's arrival is not just a meteorological event. It's a test of timing, preparation, and survival. Part 3. Saturated ground. The hidden disaster beneath the storm. Even before Fun Wong makes landfall, the ground is already failing. PAGASA's latest hydrology bulletins warn that soil in southern Leyte, Sorsogon, Albay, Camarines Norte, Camarines Sur has reached critical saturation, meaning any additional rainfall, even just an hour of heavy downpour, can trigger landslides. Here's the science. When soil is saturated, it cannot absorb another drop, so rainfall becomes instant runoff. It shoots downhill, fills rivers in minutes, overpowers drainage systems, submerges valleys faster than warnings can spread. And now, Fun Wong is expected to dump another 200 to 400 millimeters of rain in these areas. This isn't hypothetical, it's immediate and deadly. Mayorga, Baybay, Iracine, Donsol, and Tandag City are already under active landslide and flood advisories. One hillside collapse could take out entire roads. One overflowing river could wipe out a barangay. The risk is not symbolic. The risk is right now. Part 4. A storm, fueled by a hotter ocean. NOAA's latest sea surface anomalies show the Philippine Sea running 1 to 2 degrees above normal. That may sound small, but in typhoon science, it's massive. Warm water acts like gasoline for storms. The hotter the sea, the more moisture the typhoon can pull upward. That means heavier rainfall, faster intensification, longer-lasting downpours, wider flood zones, and there's more. Drainage systems in Bicol and eastern Visayas are still clogged from the last storm. Dikes needing urgent repairs remain unfinished. Every minute of rainfall is pressuring fragile infrastructure. Families living near riverbanks, slopes, or incomplete seawalls face their greatest danger in the coming hours. Fun Wong isn't just another storm. It's a storm powered by a warming ocean, hitting communities already weakened. Part 5. The Grid Crisis. A single failure could trigger chaos. Now we move to a threat almost no one outside emergency circles is talking about: the national power grid. The National Grid Corporation of the Philippines has dispatched rapid repair teams to Bicol and eastern Visayas. They're worried, very worried, about transmission towers already weakened by the last storm. If even a few collapse, grid engineers warn we could see 2 to 5 days of provincial blackout. What does that mean? No electricity, no running water, no mobile networks, no pumping stations, no refrigeration, fuel rationing, hospital strain, ATMs and banking offline. And then the worst-case weather pattern appeared. A stationary rain band stalled directly over the Leyte northern Samar transmission corridor for more than 3 hours. In typhoon operations, this is a red flag. It means relentless wind and rain hammer the same infrastructure non-stop. If grid towers fall, repairs may take days, and access roads could be flooded. Officials say if the backbone line goes down, it's not just a blackout. It's a chain reaction. Food supply, water systems, medical services, communications, all vulnerable at once. Part 6. Storm surge versus tsunami. What the sirens really mean. Now here's where the panic started. Coastal towns from Leyte Gulf to Catanduanes Bay are facing storm surge forecasts of 2 to 3.5 meters. If that surge hits during high tide, entire neighborhoods could be swallowed. The clock is ticking. The next Manila Bay high tide arrives at 2:13 a.m. local time. Sirens are sounding. Families are running. Social media is exploding with videos claiming a tsunami is forming. Let's get the facts straight. Simply, clearly, calmly. Typhoons can't create tsunamis. They create storm surge, which rises gradually. Tsunamis require a strong offshore earthquake or an underwater landslide or volcanic activity. As of the latest report, no offshore earthquake detected. No abnormal deep ocean pressure changes. No tsunami bulletins from PTWC, PHIVOLCS, or PAGAS. If a tsunami were real, these agencies would have issued immediate alerts. Sirens sounding now? They are for storm surge, not tsunami waves. False rumors spread fastest in fear, but only official agencies can issue tsunami alerts. Never rely on viral videos. Part 7. Red flags versus green flags. To stay safe, watch for these signs. Red flags, high danger. Typhoon slows or stalls near shore. Rain bands hammer the same province for hours. Storm surge forecast climbs above 2 meters. Official tsunami or unusual waves. Bulletin issued. Green flags. Situation improving. System speeds away from land. Forecast winds downgraded. Surge guidance lowered. Rivers begin to recede. When seconds matter, rely only on PTWC, PHIVOLCS, PAGASA. These are the voices that save lives. The Philippines is facing storms that are intensifying faster, lasting longer, and hitting harder, driven by warmer oceans and rising seas. Every choice to evacuate, prepare, or rebuild determines how many lives make it through the next one. In a world of extremes, readiness is not optional. It is survival.